Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. This is your friendly neighborhood farmer Raznac. Today we're talking tractors, specifically Black Sheep Modding's new 40 series John Deere 40 series mod that is available on all platforms from the in-game mod hub. You can get it PC, Mac, Xbox, PlayStation, you name it. You can get this tractor on all consoles, so I know a lot of people are going to be happy about it. Today we're going to look at the mod, but in line with talking tractors, we're going to talk about a little bit about the history of the vehicles of the series, and kind of talk about the specifics of it, kind of real world information, price, whatever I could dig up on the internet. Of course, all this information has come from the internet, specifically tractordata.com. You can go to tractordata.com. They got tons and tons of information about all different kinds of tractors. So some of it may not be complete, and I may be wrong in a few things. But again, I reference that site. I'm not a tractor expert. I'm just a fan of tractors. So let's just get right to it. Let's go take a look at each one of these series, and we'll talk a little bit about the history of them, and then when we're done we'll actually look at the mod itself. We'll pull it up in the shop, kind of look at all the different customizations, configuration options, take one for a drive, all that good stuff. So the John Deere 40 series, or also known as the Iron Horse series, was a series of tractors that were built from 1978 to 1982. In fact, there's a couple tractors that are part of the Iron Horse series or the 40 series that aren't included in this pack. And those are the 8440 and the 8640, which are an articulated four-wheel drive tractor that you could get in a 215 horsepower and 275 horsepower version. Those aren't included in this pack. What we're going to look at here are the smaller tractors in the Iron Horse or the 40 series. First one is the John Deere 4040. Now, disclaimer, I looked up, again, this is tractordata.com, so I found some European information on a few of these tractors, but not all of them, and I will tell you which ones I couldn't find the Euro information on. But back to the John Deere 4040, this was produced from 1978 to 1982 in Waterloo, Iowa. It was actually built a year earlier in Mannheim, Germany, from 1977 to 1982 in Germany. The 4040 was. The US version was 100 horsepower or a 90 horsepower PTO tractor, just depends on how you look at the classification of it. It had 90 horsepower on the PTO, but they called it a 100 horsepower tractor. It was $36,000 in 1982. Today that would be equivalent to $95,649. Thank you, Federal Reserve. It used a John Deere 6.6 liter 6-cylinder turbocharged diesel power plant. Had a 37 gallon or 140 liter fuel tank. Weighed anywhere from 9,630 to 1,290 pounds. It came in a 4x2 or 4x4 configuration, and the sound guard cab standard on the 4040. With the 4040, there were 4 different transmission options you could actually get for the tractor. You had John Deere's quad range, John Deere's power shift, John Deere's synced range, and John Deere's creeper transmissions. So there's 4 different transmissions you could get in this tractor. I don't know a whole lot about the transmissions. You can read about them on Tractor Data, and it kind of explains each one and kind of what they were for. But yeah, I didn't look at it. You could get a front loader attachment. This one used either the John Deere 148 or the John Deere 158 front loader attacher. I think it could hold up to 1,771 pounds, and it had a 96-inch bucket was the max on the 4040. Yeah, that's the John Deere 4040. In Europe, it also had the John Deere 4040 or a 4040S, and the 4040S in Europe was the four-wheel drive version, from what I could tell. For some reason, the European models have a little bit higher rated horsepower. Like the 4040 in Europe is rated at like 113 horsepower, but here in the US it was rated at 100. So I'm not sure where that comes from. And maybe built a little different. Who knows? Alright, on to the next tractor. We have a front loader attached here. Of course, we have the new John Deere front loader attached to it. But this is the John Deere 4240. Again, built from 1978 to 1982 in Waterloo, Iowa, or in Mannheim, Germany. This tractor came in two different versions, actually. You could get a row crop version, which is kind of what we're looking at here. None of the tire configurations really fit a row crop. I think that I don't think they would classify as a US row crop tire. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm not being extremely picky. I'm just saying, looking at it visually. The 4240 you could get in a row crop or a high crop version. And high crop means that the tractor was actually elevated a little bit higher than the standard configuration, so it sat up a little higher, so it would ride over top of the crop a little better. So you could actually get the 4240 in a high crop. Price was $40,000 in 1982. That is equivalent to $106,277 today. It ran off of a John Deere 7.6 liter 6-cylinder turbocharged diesel, rated at 110 PTO horsepower or 122 horsepower. Again, I don't understand I guess the tractor had 122 horsepower, but only 110 went to the PTO, I'm assuming. 46-gallon tank, 174 liters, weighed anywhere from 10,900 to 14,090 pounds, depending on configuration. Again, you could get it in a 4x2 or 4x4. Same 4 transmission options. You could get the quad range, power shift, the synced range, or the creeper transmission for the 4240. Sound guard cab was standard, and it took the same loader as the 4040, the John Deere 148, or the John Deere 158. All right, on to the next one. Here we're looking at a John Deere 4440. Same model year, 1978-1982, Waterloo, Iowa, Mannheim, Germany. So those two factories. Let's see. It came also in the row crop or the high crop versions. You could get either one of those. Price brand new in 1982 was $44,000 or $116,905. Same John Deere 7.6 liter 6-cylinder turbocharged diesel. Tractor was rated 144 horsepower, but had 130 PTO horsepower. This one's a little different. You could only get this in the quad range or the power shift transmissions. The synced range and creeper transmissions weren't available. Again, I don't know if that's 100% true. That's just based on the data that I found on the internet. So I could be wrong there, because the other transmissions weren't listed as available for this tractor. Again, could be wrong. It weighed anywhere from 1,780 pounds to 15,775 pounds. Came in a 4x2 or 4x4 configuration. Sound guard cab was standard, but the 4440 is the only tractor I could find that you could get 4-point ROPS on it. And if you don't know what ROPS are, it's like a rollover protection system. It's not a full cab. It's just kind of like a open cab design. Again, the other ones may have been available, but they weren't listed. This one was actually listed as an option, the 4-post ROPS for this one. All right, that's the 4440. Now, these 3 tractors, I could find European information for them. I could find that they were built the same model years. Actually, they started a year earlier, 1977 to 1982, in Mannheim, Germany, all 3 of these tractors. I could not find any European information for the 4640 or the 4840. So I don't know if they were still built in Germany or if they stopped building them in Germany and they exported them from the United States. I'm really not completely sure. So excuse me if I'm wrong about that, but I can't be right all the time. All right. The John Deere 4640, 1978 to 1982 in Waterloo, Iowa. Cost new was $51,500 or $136,832 today. This was a 172 horsepower tractor with 155 horsepower available at the PTO. Same 7.6 liter 6-cylinder John Deere turbocharged diesel, had an 83-gallon fuel tank. Transmissions were just the quad range or the power shift. Weighed anywhere from 14,350 to 15,700 pounds. Came in a 4x2 or 4x4 configuration. Here we see the 4x2 there, and then that's 4x4. You can kind of, if you've played the game long enough, and you know a little bit about tractors, you don't have to be an expert. Like I said, I am no expert. I am not a farmer. I'm just a fan of the game and a fan of farm equipment, and I find this stuff really interesting. But you can see, like on a 4x4, you got big wheels. 4x2, you have the small wheels up front. So that's pretty much it. All right, cab standard on this one, on the 4640. All right, and again, I could not find any European information on this one, so I don't know if it was continually built in Europe and it's just not listed, or if they didn't build the 4640s in Europe. Maybe they ended at the 4440. All right, let's look at the 4840, the big behemoth of the 42 non-articulated 40 series of the tractors. So we have the John Deere 4840. Oh, sorry, back to the 4640 real quick. This actually used a different front loader than the previous three. This actually used the John Deere 168, which was rated to 1,871 pounds and a maximum bucket width of 96 inches. So that one is a little bit different. All right, back to the John Deere 4840, 1978 to 1982 in Waterloo, Iowa. This tractor cost $60,000 in 1982, or $159,415 if you adjust for inflation today. It was rated at 200 horsepower, had 180 horsepower available at the PTO, 7.6 liter 6-cylinder turbocharged diesel, had 113 gallons or 390 liter tank. This was only, again, I could be wrong, but all that was listed as transmission options is only the power shift. The quad range I did not see available for this tractor, so just the power shift only for the 4840. Weighed anywhere from 14,900 pounds to 20,370 pounds. Cab standard, and I did not see where this was available in a 4x2. I only saw a 4x4 configuration for this tractor. That's it. I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong. There could be 4x2 4840s out there, and I'm pretty sure there is, but it just wasn't listed on tractor data. And that's the John Deere 4840. So that is the Iron Horse or John Deere 40 series. Again, there are two other tractors. They're 8440, 8640, which are 4x4 articulated tractors that were part of the Iron Horse series. They're your larger articulated tractors. It would be really, really cool to see those in addition to these. It'd be really, really nice to see those available. There are PC mods available for that, but for other platforms, those aren't. So, all right. Now that we talked a little bit about the history of the tractors, let's dive into the mod itself. Before we go any further, we're just going to look at some visual details of the mod. I went ahead and bought a couple and dirtied them up. So here's a 4840. This is with full dirt mask on. So this is as dirty as this tractor will get. Right here. This is a full wear. All the scratches, all the paint worn off. This is as bad as it gets here. And then this one here is full dirt and full wear together. You can see the coating on the air filter is kind of scratched away. It's not black. It's usually black, but it's kind of metal showing. Dirt's kind of showing everywhere. You have scratches here and there. All that good stuff. Jump inside the cab real quick. You got some dirt and wear inside, but what's really nice is it doesn't spread on to the upholstery or any of that stuff. So the dirt mask is very well done. Very well done. All right. Tell you what, let's jump in one of these beasts. Now, they all sound the same to me. So, like, if we jump in the 4840 and we'll fire it up. got a really nice idle sound to it. I love the smoke. Look at that. It rolls some coal, baby. I do really like that this has a darker smoke to it when you got it wide open. I think that's pretty cool. Go back here to the yard. You can hear the gears change. So very, very, very nice sound effects. Let's jump in here. Yep, you got an animated fan. It's nice. It's kind of like the first time I've really looked at it. Yep, you got the animated. The decals are really nice. You can even see the filter numbers there. Nice little touch. All that good stuff. Alright, let's jump in here. Let's look in cab. While we're here, we'll look at lights. So, different lights. All the lights work. You know, your four-ways work. Alright, beacons, yep. Nice. All that stuff works. If you look in cab, you have cab, dash animations. Over here on the side, you have, transmission animations, pedal animations. Then if you look at the actual character, it's got pedals. He also has an animation with his hand when you're shifting, changing, from forward to reverse. Oh, or when you go from kind of low to high. See, there's going backwards. And if we go forward, get going fast enough, it just kind of slides it into high. That's pretty cool. That's a neat little touch. I really like that. Really, really like that. Park the 4840. Like I said, they all kind of sound the same. I'll jump down here in the 4040. Yep. All kind of the same. They're, same features. Oh, very nice. Very nicely done. Great, great, beautiful mod. Let's jump in the shop and take a look at it real quick. It's under medium tractors. You scroll all the way down here to our mods. So like I said, there are actually 4 different tractors. There's a 40 series 2-wheel drive, a 40 series. There's a 40 series L, and I'm assuming the L, that it's just your higher horsepower, your 2 higher horsepower. I didn't see anything listed as L. Again, I could be completely wrong. I'm using information from one website, so I could be completely wrong, but we'll just jump in and look at the 40 series real quick. This is your standard configuration. It comes as European standard, so you can get this in both European or US configuration. So you can kind of look here. That's standard. You can add a 3-point hitch, different weights, so all different kinds of options there. Different wheel brands. You have Trelleborg or Michelin. So if you go in the Trelleborg, you got standard EU, standard European, rear twin, standard US, rear twin US, the Trelleborgs, standard, wide, rear twin, narrows. And if you look, the narrows actually changed the front tire too. Which is, I've seen tractors with the 2-wheel drive tractors in the past where the front tires don't change to narrows and you still do damage to crop. So that's a really, I think, really nicely done. Like if you switch to just standards there, so the front tires actually do change when you have dual narrows. It's pretty neat. Wheel weights, wide tires with weights, and back to the standard Euro. As for So Michelin, you have less tire options. You have just Michelin standard, Michelin wide, Michelin rear twin, wide tire with weight, and then back to standard. So you only have 4 tire configurations with the Michelins. Let's see, here's your EU setup. Then if we switch to EU2, it just changes the exhaust pipe right here. There's US1, so your filter changes and your exhaust changes, and you get the warning triangle added. US2, just a different exhaust pipe. US3, again, different air filter and exhaust. Back to EU1. All right, engine setups, you have a 4040, 4240, or the 4440. And in-game, you're looking at 112 horsepower, 124, and 146 horsepower. So the horsepower rating is a little bit higher than what's listed in real life. And then on this one, you can actually add a front loader or not. So some different configuration options there. We'll jump in the 40 series four-wheel drive version. Again, standard 3-point hitch, weights, that's all the same. Wheel brands, Trelleborg or Michelin, wide tires, rear twins, full twins, back to wide tires with weights, or back to standard. As for the Trelleborgs, you can, again, same pretty much configuration, standards, wides, rear twins, twins, narrows, rear narrow twins, narrow twins. So those, it's pretty cool looking. That's just really as close to row crop. Row crop tires, if I could be wrong, but there's your EU version, standard US. I think your row crop setup would have a little bit smaller tire and a more of a gap, so that you would run between the rows. Just me saying. All right. As for design configuration, same one. EU1, EU2, you get a fender right here on that one. EU3, different pipe and a fender. EU4 is different pipe, no fender. US1, US2 fender. So, I mean, you can kind of see some options get a fender. You have different exhaust pipes, and then the real difference between EU and US is the US versions have a warning triangle on the back, where the EU ones do not. That's kind of the big difference there. Right. Jump over to the four-wheel drive, all same configurations. Oh, sorry. This one you can get the same engines and a front loader. The L series does not have a front loader. These are your higher horsepower tractors, even though the 4640, you could get a front loader for it in real life. In the game, it does not have one. But so this 4640, 4840, so 174 or 203 horsepower, and same configurations, same wheel configurations, design configurations as the other tractors. The only difference on these is the air filter is, instead of being up front, is behind the exhaust. So a little bit different looking there. You know, in the other ones it was up here. Yeah, that's that. We'll get to the last one here, the four-wheel drive L. Let's just go ahead and we'll make a big baddie. There you go. Dual twins, front. Different configurations here. You can go with fenders, no fenders. You know, you can kind of see as I click through it. Not a whole lot different. And then two different engine setups, 46 and 4840. All right, that's it. That pretty much is it, folks. That is the John Deere 40 series by Black Sheep Modding. I hope you enjoyed the video. It's been a long time since I did a Talking Tractors video, and I was really excited to see this come out, because you know, I was just like, oh, cool, I can do a Talking Tractors. I'm pretty sure I already did a 4240 that Rooster Mods did way back in the day, back when 19 first came out. He did a conversion. These aren't conversions. I believe these are complete rebuilds for FS19 that Black Sheep Modding did, and did a beautiful job. Wonderful job, amazing work on the mod, and I think everybody's going to be very, very happy with it. All right, everybody, until next time, take care, stay safe, thanks for watching, see you later, bye.